cheese, with no preservatives, S and G. 400 years in one location, just one health code violation. Falafel house, falafel house, falafel house.
That's such a great jingle.
I know, right?
Except, what's a jingle?
We send the dishwasher guys out to walk around town with aprons full of spoons, and they jingle up a storm. When people come to see where the noises come from, they sing that song. It's a new thing they call advertising. So fellas, what'll it be? Booth or counter?
Booth would be fine, but I have a question.
Shoot.
Okay, what's a falafel?
What's a falafel?
I'm from out of town. Way out of town. Just asking.
A falafel is a little taste of heaven fried up in a ball about this big. Around these parts, it's everybody's favorite food.
How is that any different from a hush puppy? What? That's a weird name for a food. Sure is better to lock up your pets where this fella comes from. Hey, who are you?
She's the new waitress, Bill. I told you I was going to hire a new girl. Thought I'd train her on the night shift so she could just slide right over to the day shift. Okay, Lydia, try to follow me on this. Most of the people who eat here at the Falafel House are regulars in here all the time. So make sure you take good care of them.
Okay, any here tonight? Oh, the census is going to break my back.
Here's one right now.
Oh, we're full to overflowing, and everyone wants extra blankets.
Just said.
I can't sit down. I'm too worked up.
That's fine, you can stand.
Nothing for me. I think I'll just sit.
Or you can sit.
I'll just have a coffee. Thanks.
That was Hall. Miss Hall to you. She manages the Sabbath in. She's a bit stressed out right now with the census crowds and all. Those people over there, the night shift workers at the clay pot factory down the road.
What do they make? Oh, about 30 shekels an hour, and that's before overtime. No, I mean, what do they make at the clay pot factory?
Seriously? They make clay pots, high-tech stuff. Use heat from fires to convert clay and water to modern kitchen vessels.
Wow.
Hey,
Shepherds are back.
Funny Mo.
Never heard that one before.
This bunch is the night shift shepherds from the fields east of town. They've been coming here for years.
You must know them well.
Yep, almost like my own kids. So Skip, Scamp, Biff, Buffy, Tommy, and Tammy.
There sure are a lot of them. That's only half of them. They can't all leave the sheep at the same time. The other 6 are still out abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
They'll be in later. Okay, kid, here's your first table.
May I take your order?
That's not how you do it. We'll have.
I'll have a glass of chocolate milk and a bowl of shredded wheat.
Okay, Mr. Mo, may I please have one order of...
One muddy moon, a bale of hay.
Mo, I see that you now have manna on the menu. Is it real manna or just that manna substitute stuff?
Well, Biff, you know, only God has the original manna recipe, and he hasn't shared it with anybody. But our version is the best manna humanly possible.
And you? Hey, Tommy, what do you have?
What do you have? Order it up. We serve it fresh, deep fried, and well done. You don't have to sit there wishing you were feasting from our kitchen. Step right up and tell us what you have.
All right, Stan, you've had enough time. You know this is many like the hills of Judea. What do you have?
I don't know, Flo. I'm just not feeling like myself tonight.
So you won't have your usual Christmas breakfast with extra wheat toast and a large goat's milk?
Yeah, I think I'll just have 2 scrambled eggs on a toast, please.
Adam and Eve on a raft. Recca!
What do you have? Just take a look. Our menu's full of fine cuisine we like to cook. You don't have to sit there wishing you were feasting from our kitchen. Step right up and tell us what you'll have.
You go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I'm not getting any younger. Somebody go before the sun comes up.
Well, since Biff uses a pillar of salt with every meal, I think we'll just... Oh, he'll order. I think we'll just split something.
All right, what do you have?
I think we'll just split a bowl of tomato soup.
Pharaoh's coming. Part the Red Sea.
In this little town, here in Bethlehem, you could shop around, but why not come in? You can eat your fill of bagels and conditions. If you can't pay the bill, you can do the dishes. What you'll have, you just have to ask. Yes, there's something on the menu that's not that bad. You don't have to sit there wishing you were feasting from our kitchen. Step right up and tell us, just watch out for salmonella. Step right up and tell us what you'll have.
Mo, is this crazy rumor true? Are you really going to stop being open all night and do away with the night shift?
That's right, Biff. Now that the town is full to the grill for the census and the night travel dying down, I'm closing her down for the night.
But Mo, why?
Just not worth it to stay open all night for a few night owls. Nothing ever happens in the middle of the night.
But Mo, what will we do then? You know, we have to work nights and this is the only place to eat.
No, there's that new place on the south of town.
You mean awful falafel? That place is, well, awful. Just one more piece of horrible news. Should have seen it coming.
Lydia, meet terrible Tommy, the most pessimistic person in the world. Everything is always bad news to Tommy.
I'm not a pessimist, I'm just a realist.
Watch this. Hey, I can't believe how good business has been because of the census.
Are you kidding me? It's turned the whole city upside down. The streets are crowded, the sheep are stressed out, and anybody who doesn't already have a hotel can just forget it.
See?
Why is there a census again?
Caesar ordered a count of every single person in all his kingdoms. Everybody has to go back to the city where they were born so we can take a count.
So Caesar can take more of my money?
A couple got into town today, and the girl has to be about 9 months pregnant. The inn was so crowded, there wasn't a room for them. Never seen anything like that in old Bethlehem.
So you must feel so lucky to live in Bethlehem.
Why do you say that?
Because the scriptures say that the Messiah will come from Bethlehem.
A prophet wrote that hundreds of years ago, so that's not likely to happen. Well, gotta get back to work.
I believe God could send the Messiah whenever he wants, even tonight.
Bethlehem, the Messiah, tonight in these dark streets? I doubt it. You're a dreamer.
work, Will.
I know, pay tomorrow, except we won't be open tomorrow night.
Flo, it's the right thing to do.
Ah, the kids must have left these after school this afternoon. They'll be panicked.
What are those? Oh, it's called social media. The kids send messages to each other. It's a new craze. How does it work?
Technology again. This thing is called Papyrus, and this thing is called a pen. They write notes. It's just amazing. Someone across the room can know what you're thinking just minutes ago.
Newfangled technology.
Can I help you, stranger? You're new here in Bethlehem.
I'm in for the census, staying over at the Bethlehem Western. Ordered the pizza to go?
What hotel?
The Beth Western.
Beth Western?
Bethlehem Western. Beth Western.
Oh, I remember I ordered to go.
Falafel and anchovy pizza?
Oh, here it is. I'm so sorry. I forgot to put the order in. We'll make it right now.
That's alright, I can wait.
Sorry, I was distracted.
What's up with you today? You don't usually make mistakes.
I guess I'm just thinking about that couple who came in here at the beginning of the shift. They didn't have a penny to their name, and they had no place to stay.
The girl who's going to have a baby?
That's one. I'm just worried sick about her.
At least they're not hungry anymore. Flo, with so much free food on their table, they might not be hungry for a whole week. Flo, you're such a softie.
I suppose I am. Tell anybody and they'll break your arm. I just think I'm thinking about outside in the dark all alone.
You don't even know them. Why does it bother you so much?
Our current King Herod and his soldiers rule with an iron fist. I think one day when God's Messiah comes, he'll be gentle and caring.
Gentle. Jeremiah said he'll be a conqueror. He will defeat nations and assemble all the scattered people of Judah. He's going to be a warrior.
Warrior Isaiah says he'll be a judge and he'll have the spirit of wisdom and understanding of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. I believe he will be a priest because Isaiah says that righteousness will be his belt and faithfulness the sash around his waist. Regardless of what he's going to be like, the Messiah will be from here, and he'll be from the line of David, and he'll be a king. But is he really going to be born in Bethlehem? Micah says, "But you, Bethlehem, though you are small among the clans of Judea, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old and from ancient times."
That was written over 100 years ago. Why are you so sure it's still true?
Because God promised it, and God always keeps his promises.
Father Abraham has many sons, and from that line the Messiah will come, son of David and all the rest. From him all nations will be blessed. God always keeps his promise, each one however big or small. Never once has he forgotten. You can trust the promise of God. God always keeps his promise. Steadfast will always respond. Unchanging, faithful, and honest. You can trust the promise of God. You can trust the promise of God. Here in our little town of Bethlehem will come the ruler of Israel, the one from the days of eternity, who will rule forever as King of Kings. God always keeps his promise, each one however big or small. Never once has he forgotten. You can trust the promise of God. God always keeps his promise. Steadfast will always respond. Unchanging, faithful, and honest. You can trust the promise of God.
Flo, you're about to drop everything right on top of that poor lady from the Best Western.
Oh my, very sorry. Here's your LT, mutton lettuce and tomato sandwich. Enjoy.
What is that? It's as bright as day up there. Not sure what it is, but it can't be good.
The lights are coming from over the shepherd's field.
What in the world?
Or out of this world.
Did you see that light? You know, I'm a little worried about that young couple who's sleeping in my stables. You know, the ones we saw earlier, the young girl who's soon to have a baby.
You put them in the stable?
Just sleeping there tonight. You know we're overbooked, but I'm supposed to have a checkup tomorrow. Maybe I should go back and check on them. These bright flashes might have frightened them.
You know, I've been thinking about that sweet young mother to meet all day.
Her name is Mary, and her husband is Joseph. Came all the way from Nazareth.
That's a long way from home. Hope they can move out of your stable before the little boy or girl shows up.
That reminds me, she said the strangest thing when I asked if she hoped it would be a boy or a girl.
Really? What'd she say?
She just looked at me, smiled, and said it's a boy. She said an angel told her that she would give birth to a son, and it was all part of God's plan.
God has a plan, God has a plan. Don't be afraid, God has a plan. The angel Gabriel sent from the Lord brought news to Mary. You have found a favor with God. The Lord's Son you will carry. It may sound odd to us, but any plan of God's I'll trust. Don't be afraid, God has a plan. It's always perfect, just like He is. Don't be afraid, God has a plan, and we can trust it because it's His. Even though many times we can't understand, don't be afraid, God has a plan. God has a plan, God has a plan. Don't be afraid, God has a plan. A journey ahead to a different place for two tired travelers. No room in the inn, no place to stay, but a stable and manger. It may sound odd to us, but any plan of God's I'll trust. Don't be afraid, God has a plan. It's always perfect, just like He is. Don't be afraid, God has a plan, and we can trust it because it's His. Even though many times we can't understand, don't be afraid, God has a plan. Through it all, we're not alone. God is when we're on our own. Don't be afraid, God has a plan. It's always perfect, just like He is. Don't be afraid, God has a plan, and we can trust it because it's His. Even though many times we can't understand, don't be afraid, God is with us. Don't be afraid, He'll never leave us. Don't be afraid, God has a plan.
It would be so wonderful if Mary's baby is part of God's plan, just like the angel told her. It would also be so wonderful if Hala could give those kids proper places to stay.
And it would also be so wonderful if I could get my pizza sometime soon.
Lydia, you may want to start clearing the tables. Mo insists that we're going to close in just a bit.
You're really gonna do it?
Nothing important ever happens at night. We don't make a dime. It's time we stop kidding ourselves. Whoa, what's gotten into you, shepherds? You almost knocked my door down. This isn't like you. This really isn't like you.
Did you see it?
See what?
The light, Mo, the light.
It was angels.
You saw angels?
And didn't you? They were everywhere. And he talked to us. And an angel talked to us.
Angels talk to you?
I was terrified at first.
They didn't just talk, they praised God, and it was loud.
The angel said, "Do not be afraid."
Because I already was.
I bring you good news of God's great joy for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born. He is the Messiah. You saw this, you're joking, right?
Not joking.
Tommy, Chloe, the guy who gives bad news. What's the bad news about this?
This time, Mo, there's no bad news. This is the best news I've ever heard.
In the hills of Bethlehem, the air was calm and quiet. All of a sudden, a host of angels lifted their voices, broke the silence, singing, good news of great joy. Glory, glory to God on high. Jesus, the Savior is born, bringing peace on earth forevermore. That's good news of great joy. Do not be afraid, the angel said. Then the sky was filled with heavenly light, as the thunder of angel voices echoed throughout the silent night. Singing, it was good news of great joy. Glory, glory to God on high. Jesus, the Savior is born, bringing peace on earth forevermore. And that's good news of great joy. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic pearls proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Good news of great joy. Glory, glory to God on high. Jesus, the Savior is born, bringing peace on earth forevermore. And that's good news of great joy. Good news of great joy. Good news of great joy.
So my Uncle Simeon was right. The angels told you that the baby was born right here tonight in the Messiah, the Savior that God has promised.
All right, you shepherds, what are you up to?
What? I was reading.
I was sound asleep when I heard some commotion around my stables. I looked out the window and saw you running down the street, skipping and hollering. And I knew you were up to no good, so I followed you straight here.
Paula, sit down. Take it easy.
I won't sit down. I want to know what these troublemakers were doing in my stables.
Well, Miss Hala, there was this angel.
Angel? Tell us about
the Savior was born here tonight.
Savior?
And that we could find him wrapped in cloth and lying in a manger. And sure enough, we found him in your stable.
In my stables? I think I need to sit down.
After all these years of waiting, God has kept his promise. The Messiah, the Savior, has been born here in the city of David.
He is Christ the Lord.
Good news of great joy.
For all the people.
So, Mary's baby,
In my stables?
is our Messiah sent from God for us? I have to go see him.
We've got to clean the knock up first. Look at the time. It's almost time to close.
Never mind that, Mo. We've got to go.
I think I need to sit.
You are sitting, Paula. What you need to do is get up and come with us to see the baby. Go, are you coming?
Yeah, I want to see the Messiah. Let's go.
Come and see the baby king born for us. Come and hear singing glorious. For now the Lord is now come to earth. God for us has shown his love through Jesus' birth. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. Come and see the baby king born for us. Come and hear heaven clear singing glorious. Come and bow, the Lord has now come to earth. God for us has shown his love through Jesus' birth. Come and worship, worship Christ, the newborn King. Come and sing what Jesus says, need to stand most high before every love I pray. For son of dear children in thy tender care. Food us for heaven to lead us there. For us to show his love through Jesus' birth.
I would never believe I'd live to see this day.
Neither would I.
My Uncle Simeon told me that God let him know he wouldn't die until he saw the Messiah. He's so old, I knew it would be soon. That's why I'm in Bethlehem. I wanted to see him.
In all the world, we're the only ones who know the Messiah has been born in Bethlehem.
You were right, Flo. Sometimes working at night has its benefits.
So what do we do now?
We gotta tell everyone we can.
They'll never believe us.
How can we speak to so many people?
Don't be so negative. This is the good news we've been waiting for. Let's spread the news.
Mo, come quick. A caravan is pulled up in front of the diner. There's a huge line of hungry people waiting to be fed. They saw your open 24-hour sign. Apparently they're tourists from all over the world.
I'm afraid there's nothing we can do to help them. It's after midnight and Mo has decided that we're not going to be open overnight anymore.
Flo, go see our guests. We may not be able to tell the world about the Messiah arriving, but it sounds like God is bringing some of the world to us.
You mean?
We need to spread the word, and that diner is the place to do it. 24 hours a day. Besides, we can't abandon our customers to awful falafel.
You're staying open for the night shift?
Absolutely. Who says nothing ever happens on the night shift in Bethlehem? Flops on the flop house at the flop house. We got good food, good service, and good news. I think we may need a new jingle.
Glory fills the skies, heavenly hosts, their voices ringing. It has now arrived. Come and join me.